We are back and proud. We are here. We are ready to rock and roll here. Uh, so I have a good special guest. He got his own podcast live looking thing. The Cheii Show, they call it the Cheii Show. And I tell you what, man, holy smokes, he's bringing the heat to this town. Hey, he's bringing heat to Facebook land. I tell you what, I think tonight he has a show. I believe it's Opie Day and Shantae. I believe so. If not, I'm wrong. Hey, so we're here, to interview the one and only cheii begay. He'll start off with the presentation, and yeah, we'll get things cooking here. Aho! Let's bring him on live here.
Aho, aho, aho. Did somebody say make some trouble in Facebook land? Because that's what I came here to do. What's up, Vince?
What is up? If you want to, some people might not know you. Just to introduce yourself.
Yes, sir, I sure can. Before we begin, I want to say ya Taylor begay and ishka ya kinit sadana yun shlom betahni pashashin kasha dashache tabahan dashanella seth the cheat that nasha go over there. To all my non-Denebazad speakers, I was just merely introducing myself. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Taylor Cheii Begay. I'm the host and founder of the renowned Indigenous Q&A web series, The Cheii Show. It's a Q&A talk show, Indigenous First Nations talk show, where I interview all Indigenous First Nations influencers across the board, reaching out from coast to coast and border to border. We even had your host, Vincent Short, on the show. He was our second episode guest way back when. You guys can go check out that episode over on our Instagram. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But that's who I am, and that's what I do. And I just want to say thank you, Vince, for having me on to this evening's episode. And yeah, you were correct. You know, tonight's episode's guest is none other than renowned champion singer, songwriter, composer Opie Day will be gracing the live with us. So check that out. 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be one for the books. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're here. We're ready to get things cooking. We're kind of late, so that means we'll kind of go a little bit overtime because I believe at 6 I have a show as well with the one and only Joaquin Hamilton. Yeah, aho.
Aho, indeed. Yes, sir. Joaquin was actually a guest on the Cheii Show way back when as well. So you guys check out that episode. Sorry for all the shameless plugs. Oh, man.
Yeah, we're first question. So how did you start doing your Q&A podcast type thing? Like, who inspired you to do it?
My talk show?
Yeah.
Well, there's several different inspirations, I guess, so to speak. I mean, you can go all the way back to when I started public speaking, or I mean, all the way to, you know, when I started getting the gist of it, when I started speaking about it. So I guess we'll go with that one. It was I'm a big fan of the Jimmy Fallon Show. I'm a big fan of Sway in the Morning, Shade 45, and just those two. They're it's a good combination of humor, but also they speak about real world issues. But I noticed that there wasn't a lot of Indigenous First Nations topics being spoken about on these non-Indigenous platforms, and that's all right. So I wanted to give an opportunity for my Indigenous First Nations relatives to have that content, have that representation, that correct representation, especially. But how I got my start was actually with a good buddy of mine. Shout outs to Trevor Jim, host and founder of the Hot and Greasy podcast. You guys could go check them out. They're doing some pretty cool stuff, making some funny content. My brother, he gave me an audience. He gave me a platform to speak on, to start off on. And then from there, we just built our way up. And now we're established, the cheii Show on Facebook and on Instagram. So that's how I got my start. But I mean, I can go back even further if you want.
Okay, yeah. So that's one of a question. Yeah, hot and greasy. I used to watch their Q&A podcast type. I tell you what, they were pretty funny. They had what's his name on there? Sam Sierra, one of those good all-time beadwork. Um,
Young crafter.
yeah, young crafter. You should say young crafter.
Yeah, wicked dancer and his yeah, wicked dancer.
We call him Uncle Sam. Hey, Uncle Sam.
They call him Uncle Sam. His audience calls him Uncle Sam, but he's just Sam to us.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, behind the scenes.
Shout outs to brother Sam.
Yep. But the next question, so you go by like so your first guest was who? Your very first guest.
My very, very first guests were Craig Benally, better known in the EDM world, music world as Neon Native, and then champion singer, songwriter, composer Marlon Deschamps. Those are my first two guests on my very first episode.
Marlon Deschamps.
Mm-hmm.
Folks. So in 2020, we had to take a break from our celebrations. Did that like your family? Did that impact your family? Like you were like you guys were like sad and lost about we couldn't do our celebrations. How did that affect you?
So, with the whole COVID thing back when in 2020, it did, it did have an impact on us, losing a lot of good relatives, but it also gave us an opportunity. Everybody was on their phones, everybody was looking for, I guess, entertainment. So that's when I took it upon myself, me and my family, who is also known as my team, to bring Indigenous content to each and every single person that's able to get their Indigenous content, their cup of cheii show, so to speak. So, we tried to take that good out of that bad and just uplift, educate, and inspire Indigenous First Nations youth. And that's how we overcame 2020 all the way to now, and till further on, till cheii showed how far ever cheii shows can take us.
Yeah, you heard it here. To me, it felt kind of, we quit powwows, but it kind of felt kind of good because like like the beaters, they had a rush and bead like before this powwow and this powwow, so they like brought out the good beadwork and outfits. Like I believe in 2 months we are going down to Albuquerque for a gathering of nations GON. And I tell you what, I tell you, I bet you every dancer probably have new type of beadwork. That's the power. You need different beadwork. Hey, you need different beadwork just to show off to your auntie, huh? Oh, look at this. My grandma made this for me. Hey, you know.
Yeah. I was watching Sam's live and now I can beat for myself, eh?
Yeah,
That's the one.
that's the one. Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. Yep, shout outs to yep. Well, damn, I was watching that Devin Kikanosaway live. Check out this quill work I made. Eh? Or I was watching that Joel Wood live. I made this drum. Yeah.
Hey, those songs.
I was watching that Tanya Johal live. Now I can tell jokes. Eh?
Holy smokes.
Just name drop all the people who go live, all the live shows in Indian country.
Hey, you know,
Yeah.
you know, 2020, but somehow the social distance powwow page they brought all of us back together somehow on a virtual platform. They started off with a powwow actually, like and then now they're still doing it now, live performances. They have singers, dancers, they dance, and then all of a sudden in about April or May, that's when they started to have like the competition, the grass, the traditional, and after that, had powwows on virtual, like the UFC Berkeley powwow. That one, I believe I took first in that one, cause that there's like powwows who had the money, in 2019 had fundraised the money to have a powwow in 2020. All of a sudden there's a pandemic. Oh shoot, we can't do nothing. And then social distance powwow brought up a virtual platform to have everybody, celebrate. So the powwows thought we should, do it online, and like what are the like you danced for a virtual powwow as well, I seen. Same with your group Iron Colt. They sang a couple times on SDP.
Yeah, not my group, but yeah, Iron Colt and the boys. Shout outs to hosts. Yeah, shout outs to main singer, lead singer, Dylan Begay. I'm just drum keeper. But yeah, Iron Colt came out with some wicked songs showcased on SDP. And, shout outs to Whitney Rencounter and the crew, man, creating a virtual platform for all indigenous peoples to come together, even showcase some wicked artists, some deadly speakers, some influential individuals, and putting on some good times, man. Yeah, I tried to bust out a couple of moves at those virtual contests, but quarantine did me too good, man. Got too big.
Like,
Yeah. I put my outfit on. I was thinking, man, who shrunk this, eh?
yeah, Christ, they
It's
just
all tight right here. Who shrunk my beadwork?
Christ, Kevin, they did go pawn it.
Right?
Yeah,
Oh man, I need to
you
go bead my new one now.
yeah, go beat. You know, and then all of a sudden, 2021, I believe the very first powwow I believe was Minot State University powwow. That was the very first powwow in real life, in real life. And I tell you, if you go back like in 2018, 2019, there was just like a couple, maybe 100 dancers. But all of a sudden, I tell you what, that dome was packed over 6 to 7, maybe 500 of dancers, and the MC, Charlie Miranda and Mr. Doctor Dave, I believe, they said, this is their biggest celebration they had in years. That tells you. And then all of a sudden, they had a powwow in Onion Lake Cree Nation. There was thousands of dancers. Holy cow! And they call it the um, gathering of something of the north, because it was big. So my next question is, how did you feel dancing in these contests on virtual and singing? Like, did you feel like, ooh, I want to do this, or did you not have the time, or just explain? Hey, just explain.
Explain yourself. It goes back and forth because we originally we're so used to gathering and celebrating at these celebrations, singing and dancing with one another from relatives all across Indian country. But there was something that was told to me all the time by my relatives, especially when missing these powwows and when missing hearing these songs or singing these songs. And relatives back at home, they told me, just dance, just sing because you want to do it, because your spirit misses that. So just do it. You don't need a big arbor. You don't need some 2 weekend event, some 3 day event to put on your regalia, to put on your outfit, to pull out your drum and sing these songs. You don't need that. You just sing, you just dance. Even if others are looking, let them watch, let them, because these dances, these songs, it's medicine in it of itself, and it brings that healing because you're missing that. You're wanting that back. So that's what I did. As much as I tried to, at least, if I wanted to dance, I just put on YouTube, look up that new Deadly song from Marlon Deschamps, uh, Iron Hill, or whoever I was jamming to at that time. Clicked it, put it on shuffle, and just jammed out as best as I could. Even if I was in my street clothes, or sometimes I even put on my own regalia and just danced in my front yard. Or my brothers and I would pull out the drum, the big drum, the hand drum, whatever drum, sometimes even the kettle drum, and just busted out a couple of songs here and there because we wanted to. And that's how we overcame it. That's why, I guess, so to speak, we don't miss it. Yeah, we miss embracing and celebrating with one another, but of course time will come when we can all gather once again. And until then, we're just going to keep on singing, keep on dancing, because we love to sing and dance.
Yep, that's true. Indeedly true. Indeedly true. So, my podcast, I mean, this thing on, so I had it private. That's why nobody was joining. So, so I put it on public. Now, there, holy smokes, just me and you just talking. Uh,
That's all right. This is a cool FaceTime call, I guess.
Might as well call it a FaceTime call.
Yeah, a FaceTime call with questions.
Yeah, it is with questions. But now it's on public. Now we're having some people join here.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Should we just start it all over again?
Hey, Mike Man, new song.
Hey, rewind.
Rewind.
Reverse.
Yeah, reverse it.
It's all right.
Now people are coming in.
What's up, everybody tuning in? This is the Vincent Short podcast. I'm the guest, Che Show, Taylor Che Begay. It's weird being on the other side.
There's some, with you guys aren't called on virtual round dance. My platform, I had you guys go on there as well to sing some songs. Holy smokes! I was like, holy smokes! Hey, you guys were just rocking it.
Yeah, shout outs to Iron Cold Brothers, Tristan Scalp Block, Dylan Begay, Riley Begay, Maurice Begay, Scarlet Scalp Block, man, Iron Colt crew, and all the Iron Colt crew brothers who were still sadly in quarantine. We still had to keep that distance. Trevor Jim, Trenton Jim, Cooper, OD Draper, and all the other Iron Colt brothers, man. Miss singing with each other. But yeah, that was such a fun gig. Thank you for having us on there, man. It was cool to showcase some songs with the young guys over in Red Mesa, Utah. Yeah, but shoot, if you want to hear some wicked singing, message Dylan Begay. Hit him up, lead singer of Iron Colt. Guy's beast.
I know, holy cow, so I believe before I had you guys on there, I believe Dylan asked me, to if he could share some songs. So I go through YouTube and I look you guys up. Holy smokes, Utah Power! Holy, I was like, yep, let's get them on. Hey, let's get them on. Hey, Whitney Red Counter's in the house.
Hey, what's up, Whitney Rencounter? You gotta say it like that, Rencounter. What's up, STP fam? Yeah, Iron Colt man, and on those YouTube videos, that's when we were just young little guys. Shoot, we growed up. We grown up a little bit, so check it out. Iron Colt's got something cool in store. You guys just keep your ears out.
Yeah, keep your ears out. Hey, um, so next question is, you know, in 2021, how did you feel to get back in that arbor? You know what I mean? If you did go to Apollo in 2021, how did you feel? I believe you went down to Fort Tyne, I believe.
I went up. I went up.
Oh,
Yeah, I
up.
went. I went up. Shout outs to Dakota Nation, man. Yeah, I went to Fort Taunton. Went to go hang out with uh, Whitney Rencounter and Donnie Spadell, Marty Graywater, and of course none other than man, myth, the legend Lawrence Baker himself. Went out to Dakota country. Holy, that was something interesting, and it just felt good to be back in the arbor. But I tell you, during that time, I was still in school. I was in university life, summer semester, and that was one of the very first times I actually got to venture off and powwow with myself. Me and a couple of the bros, we got permission from our university instructors and drove up to Dakota country out in Fort Totten. And I tell you, man, I wasn't looking for trouble. I was just there to, go sing, to go dance, get back in that arbor. And I knew I was it's like, man, I don't think I know anybody out there in Dakota country. Nope. As soon as I step out of the car and go to the registration counter, here's one relative, there's another relative, there's my uncle, there's my auntie, there's my, just different relatives all the way around. And they all had the same thing. They said, hey, nephew, I'm watching you. Hey, nephew, don't get crazy. I'm watching you. Hey, your mom and dad called. Hey, your dad messaged me. Your mom messaged me. And I thought, man, can't do anything. But that's all right. And, getting back on that arbor, it felt great. Shout outs to the Fort Totten Powwow Committee, man. They ran a real good show. It felt good to hear those songs, to be back in contest mode. Oh, man. And especially jamming out in that men's tradition special. I was just going in there to jam out and made top 10. Oh, that was pretty cool. I was like, oh, man, I haven't made top 10 in a hot minute since quarantine. And just went out to dance. And sure enough, got that good medicine. It was good. I missed it, man. And now I'm missing it that much more since, gatherings is just right around the corner. It's just so close. So close.
Yeah, so close. Yeah, indeed. When I went to Minot State University, same thing. Uh, oh, can I take a picture? Hey, they watch my lives. And then just a couple people, and then I went down to Four Bears celebration, I believe, right after that. And I met some singers, some dancers. It felt good to be back in that setting of singing, dancing. It felt good, like people are saying, "Can I take a picture? Can I have your autograph?" You know what I mean? And people come up to me, hug me, shake my hand, like they watch my videos, and it feels good. It feels good to do that because, like, holy smokes, this is not my territory. This is Mandan, Hadassah, and Arikara territory. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
it feels good just to be back in that setting. Don't know anybody, but you make friends there. It feels good to make friends.
Mm-hmm.
And holy smokes, man! I believe the biggest powwow I've been to for last year was, I would have to say, Four Bears. If Yeah, Four Bears. Uh, and then I believe the second one was a traditional powwow. White Shield, holy smokes, that one was a big one, and it was a traditional powwow. I believe it was like $200 a session, and 700 a session for singing. it felt good just to, just to be there in that
Hmm.
setting one time again. And like you said, gathering is just right around the corner, 2 months or so.
Yes, sir. And I totally agree with you, brother, when it comes down to that whole, it really makes you think about, like the fact that you have this effect on people. Same thing in Dakota country when I was out there in Fort Totten. I had different individuals, or even not even in Fort Totten. At that time I was in Lakota country over, I was at Crazy Horse, and sure enough, at these different locations I've made my appearances, I've had different individuals. Oh, you're that guy with the top hat, or Indian Oprah. I was like, what the heck is Indian Oprah? And they're talking about the show and talking about the different people we've had on the lives, and totally different atmosphere. I don't know. I always think I do something bad. I'm like, okay, yeah. But it's pretty cool to see this effect that you have on these different individuals, and I'm just so thankful to everybody that tunes in. As cliche as that sometimes sounds, but it really is. It's an awesome experience, and the whole "can I get a picture with you?" or "let's do a shout out." It's too funny. I can't wait. I just know it's coming up, brother, until we get the "sign my baby, please."
I know. We're
Until
at
then, just kiss right now. Right now, you and I are just kissing babies until we get signed babies. That's when we know we've done what we came out to do.
Oh man, this was it's 26 minutes in. 5:07. We're kind of going off the clock here, but hey, who cares? Hey, who cares? Just stays all night.
Who cares? Shoot, come on, Joaquin, just join us. No, I'm just kidding.
Why can't you just get it? Hey,
Hey, brother, you can't say too much. Remember, we had this was on private for the first start of it.
yeah, private. Yeah,
we just are now getting started.
yeah, just now getting started. So people didn't hear our first question. Well, I'll redo the first question. Rewind a bit.
Yes.
The first question was, oh Christ, I forgot. What was the first question? Uh, oh
I
yeah,
forgot.
who inspired you to do your Q&A podcast type, videos?
So who inspired me to create my talk show? There's a lot of different inspirations. There's a lot of different people who I draw inspiration from. I think for my non-indigenous world, I really drew a lot from Jimmy Fallon, Sway in the Morning on Shade 45, and those different talk shows and interviewing sessions on the non-indigenous platforms. Them guys, I really drew a lot from. They had a nice balance between comedy, smiles, but also they really talked about not to say talk about serious issues going on, real world topics, real world things. But I never really saw too many indigenous First Nations issues being talked about on these different platforms. And not only that, but I hardly, even if ever, saw an indigenous First Nations person, influencer, doing these, getting spotlighted and showcased on these wonderful things. And that's when I took it upon myself, me and my team, my family. We said, you know what, we're going to create a platform to showcase and inspire Indigenous First Nations youth to achieve and accomplish their goals and aspirations in life. And if you haven't heard it on the first part, shout outs to brother Trevor Jim, host and founder of the Hot and Greasy podcast, for giving me a platform to start off on. Them guys over there on Instagram and on YouTube, that's where I got my start on live. That's where I got my start, and from there went on and then established myself over on Facebook, and wham bam boom, here I am on the Vincent Short podcast talking with you guys.
Ho! You know, we are gonna share a quick video of one of a youth group as well. Aaron Colt, you're the drum keeper, so we're gonna share a quick video I believe it was submission for USU.
Yeah, we USU, a local university here in Utah, reached out to brother Dylan Begay and asked if they could do a video, but I don't think that one really encapsulate and really just showcase Iron Cult. I think one of ours ones on the YouTube would have to be live at Newcomb High School Powell. That's one of at least my favorite ones. If you're gonna go for it, by all means, go on ahead, play the USU landing submission. But that's one of my favorite weekends. Rocking out, singing, jamming with Iron Colt.
Um, you said which one? What's the
Newcomb High School Powwow. It's on YouTube land. Newcomb. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're now joining us, if you're now tuning in, make sure you give this young man, Vincent Short, a like, share. This guy, this dude, that guy over there, he's got his hand on his chin. He's got that real deadly look in his eyes. Yeah, that guy. He's an MC. Give him a like, give him a share, give him a follow. Hit him up for gigs. He's real wicked on the mic, I tell you. That guy, Vincent Short, it's beast. It's beast.
Hey, so I can't find one. There's one for UVU. I mean UVV. Is that it?
No, but I mean, go for it. Play the USU.
Play anyone? Anyone?
Play anyone. Hit shuffle. Let's see where YouTube takes us.
Shuffle. Rewind it.
Rewind it. Just close your eyes, brother. Just close your eyes.
Holy, just deadly. Just deadly.
Yes, sir. That was a real good one. Man, I totally forgot about that recording. Holy.
Holy.
Oh,
Oh,
man. Iron Colt jamming out that real wicked Stone Creek classic. I know a couple of y'all's in the audience remember the Stone Creek. Stone Creek. Yep, that was myself, second songbook, Riley Begay, and lead singer Dylan Begay, and then our dad, my father, lead singer, champion, dancer, Grammy winner, wicked songwriter, composer, Herwin Begay. Yeah, us Begay boys.
ah,
4-man crew. We tried it out.
you know, we've been on here for about 34 minutes, uncounting the 10 time, the 10 when we were, private. But I think if you got any, like a good thing to tell the youth before we end off our podcast? A good thing to tell the youth.
To the youth tuning in, to the youth watching this live podcast, all I can tell you from one youth to another is to look beyond what's in front of your nose. Venture out. Go beyond your homes, your families. Go beyond your schools. Go beyond your reservation. Go on, venture out there. Look what's over that hill. Look what's behind that tree. And don't be afraid to do it. If you have something that you want to do on your road of life, do it. No one else in the world, no one else out there is going to take on the roles and responsibility that you have for yourself than you. You are your own creator. The world is right here at your fingertips, and there's so much knowledge and tools out there. It's all available to you. So I challenge you, I encourage you to venture out. Take advantage of every single opportunity that's available to you and see where it takes you. I did it. I've got to meet some wonderful people. I've got to hear so many wonderful stories. I've had so many wonderful opportunities, all because I seen what was out there. I noticed and recognized what's available. So I pushed myself. I challenged myself to venture out and take advantage of what's out there. And yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to be scary. It's going to be new. But that's the beauty of it. It's new. So you can shape it. You can change it however you want to. So do that, youth. Take advantage. Take that leadership role. See what's in front of your nose and go beyond. That's what I tell you. You youth tuning in. Do it. Just do it.
Yeah, you heard it yourself. Thank everybody for tuning in. And it was a good time to talk to the one and only Taylor Cheii Begay. And my show is at 6 till 7. His show is at 8, I believe. Wait, hold on.
I know. I'm trying to.
Wait, yeah, hold on here. I can't. You. Hey,
you. Yes.
Not you.
Me
or who? Who?
Someone's having a show at 6, and then somebody else is having a show at 8. Make sure you catch whichever show.
Yeah. So thank you for tuning in, and it was a good talk here, Taylor. It was an awesome interview type thing. We were private for a minute. Hey, more like 10. Hey. It felt good to sit here and interview you, and it that message you gave to your youth was very, it felt good to hear that, because people ask me to, give something to the youth, like in Minot, they asked me to talk to the youth, and holy cow, I was like, oh, no, I can't, because holy smokes, there's a lot of people. And, I just had to recognize Baby Opie, how he's 4, and he's doing this. He's taking on what we do, singing, dancing. He dances every men's category you could think of. He sings, all these songs. It was a good time. And thank you, Taylor Cheii Begay, for coming in, talking to us, and wear clean undies and wash them after power.
That's what we talked about in that 10 minutes that you guys weren't on. It was those stories you're not supposed to tell.
Yeah. This guy over here in North Dakota hit me.
Don't say that. They might be watching.
Yeah. So thank everybody for tuning in, and I'll see you back at 6 o'clock for Joaquin, and go check out Taylor's show. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to tune in and watch it as well. So thank everybody for tuning in, and have a good day. Aho!